They say the ocean never stops moving. Even on the calmest days, the water is alive. There are currents, there are tides, there are small waves. But what happens when the physics of the world just stops? The document I'm holding was hidden for 37 years. It belongs to the Maritime Investigation Bureau. It details the disappearance of the SS Horizon. For decades, the public was told that the SS Horizon sank during a sudden storm in the North Atlantic. They said it was a tragedy. They said it was an accident. But looking at the radar logs from October 1988, we know that is a lie. There was no storm. There were no waves. And the ship, it didn't sink. It went somewhere else. To understand the horror of this event, we first need to understand the man in charge, Captain Elias Wayne. He was not a man who believed in ghost stories. He was a man of logic, mathematics, and steel. He had crossed the Atlantic Ocean 40 times. He knew every wave, every wind pattern. The SS Horizon was a beast of a ship. It carried 5,000 tons of steel. It was designed to survive hurricanes. On October 10th, 1988, it left the port of Liverpool, heading for New York. We have access to the crew's personal letters, posted right before departure. They speak of normal things. One sailor, Thomas, wrote to his wife about buying a new car when he returned. Another crew member was complaining about the cafeteria food. It was a routine. It was boring. It was exactly what a sea voyage should be. Until the fourth night. October 14th, 3 a.m., the ship was in the middle of the deep water zone. No land for 1,000 miles in any direction. The weather report predicted clear skies. The first sign of trouble wasn't visual, it was audio. The radio operator, a young man named Arthur, woke up the captain. He said the radio was picking up a signal, but it wasn't a voice. And it wasn't Morse code. Arthur described it in the logbook. It sounds like breathing, but slow, much slower than a human. It sounds like something massive is breathing underwater, right beneath the hull. Captain Wayne assumed it was a mechanical interference. He ordered the engines to be checked.
Echo 3-1, do you copy?
But then the ship began to lose speed. The engines were running at full power. The propellers were spinning, but the horizon was slowing down. And then the crew saw it. The water stopped moving. I don't mean it was calm. I mean it was frozen. When the ship moved through the water, there was no foam. There were no ripples. The ocean surface looked like a sheet of black oil or black glass. Panic began to spread. The sailors gathered on the deck. They looked up at the sky, hoping to navigate by the stars. But Captain Wayne realized something terrifying. The North Star was not where it was supposed to be. According to their instruments,
Echo 3-1, do
they
you
were
copy?
moving, but according to their eyes,
Package is compromised.
they were stuck
Repeat,
in a
compromised.
void. At 5:14 a.m., the SS Horizon sent its final automated ping. After that moment, the ship simply ceased to exist in our reality. The search and rescue teams arrived 12 hours later. They found nothing. No oil slick. No floating life jackets. It was as if a hole had opened in the ocean and swallowed the ship whole. They closed the file. But the ocean refuses to keep secrets forever. 2 weeks later, a single lifeboat from the SS Horizon was found drifting. It was completely empty. Inside, investigators found Captain Wayne's logbook. The final entry is chilling. I will read it to you exactly as it was written. Day 5. The sun hasn't risen. It has been night for 40 hours. The water is solid. We can walk on it, but we are afraid to leave the ship. The sound from below is getting louder. It is calling us. I'm the only one left on the bridge. If anyone finds this, don't come looking for us. Beside the book was his watch. It had stopped, but engineering experts who examined the watch found something impossible. The gears inside hadn't broken. They had fused together, as if the watch had aged 1,000 years in a single second. So, did the SS Horizon sink? Maybe. But remember the radar I showed you at the start of this video. That signal was recorded 5 days after the ship disappeared. It appeared for 10 seconds, then vanished again. The location of that signal wasn't in the water. The altitude data suggested the signal came from below the seabed, or perhaps from a reflection of our world that we are not meant to see. The SS Horizon is still out there, sailing on a glass ocean. Under a twisted sky, waiting for the sun to rise. This is Unfiled Archives. Thank you for listening.